So look, thanks for talking to me. I'd like to say I was delighted to be given the opportunity of running the home timber and hardware business. The hardware industry itself is going through a lot of change at the moment. Clearly some of the major DIY retailers are expanding quickly, and it's important that we find our position in the marketplace, and at the same time we help our members move with the changes that are occurring to make sure that both our own and their businesses can remain relevant and successful in retail as we go and continue to work with those changes that are occurring. So I see a really great future for home timber and hardware. It's all about getting a point of differentiation, and what the previous management has done extremely well is give us at home a point of differentiation. The larger players in the market, whether they be Bunnings or Masters, are really trying to cater for the DIY customer. And although the DIY customer is also important to us, where we can really differentiate is that we're going to look after the tradespeople and the tradesmen. And that's why we go where the tradies go. It is our point in the marketplace that we can stand out and let the customers know that, one, our customer service is going to be better than anyone else in the marketplace. That's the opportunity of the independent. They're so close to their business that they know that they can give customer service better than what potentially a corporised company can actually do. And in that, it means we're going to service and look after the tradesmen's needs. Then what we need to do is work on a relevant offer around that within our shop, so that those DIY customers that hopefully get the message that if the tradesmen are coming and shopping with us, then there's got to be something good about us. So they should come in and check us out as well, because we can give them an offer that they need. So I've got a fairly long history in retail. I'm a Victorian, born in the southern suburbs, and as a 16-year-old I was looking to go to uni, and my parents basically said, son, if you want to go to uni and be an accountant, you're going to have to go and get yourself a job and earn some money so we can pay for that. So I got myself down to the local Safeway store and started as any other young 16-year-old casual would do, pushing trolleys, packing brown paper bags, filling shelves, doing whatever cleaning duties that we got those people to do. I worked my way through the last couple of years of high school, and then worked my way through my uni degree. And pretty much by the time I'd finished, I'd really fallen in love with retail as a sector. And so rather than moving on into a chartered area or really taking the accounting stream, I chose to really stay within the retail arm. I looked after pricing, I looked after inventory, I looked after shelf merchandise, I worked my way into buying, and then ended up being the merchandise manager of Victoria by about 1999. Woolworths decided to go national, and then I moved the family up to Sydney and then continued in the buying roles. So spent time in supermarkets, spent time in Big W, then back into supermarkets looking after private label, looking after general merchandise, and then looking after the long life area of the supermarket, what I have always affectionately called the engine room. Which I still believe is the reason why customers come and shop with us if we get that offer right. For the last 3.5 years, I was then given the opportunity to run the petrol division, a fantastic division of Woolworths. We had over 486 sites that we run and controlled, and I pride myself that I visited each of those 486 sites over the 3.5 years that I looked after the petrol division. And I suppose that probably says a little bit about who I am. I love retail, I love talking to the staff in our stores, and I love talking to the customers who purchase the products. And really the benefit of that is we can sit in an office for a period of time and we can read all the numbers and we can do all the calculations, but you really need to understand what's happening in the environment where the customer's actually purchasing goods. So I will always try and spend a lot of time talking to the customers and talking to the people who talk to the customers to get that feedback, combine that with the information that we can get from our sales data, and hopefully that will enable us to make the right decisions to satisfy the customers. If we look at what I can contribute to the Home Timber and Hardware Group, we're clearly in a transformation phase at the moment. Historically, we were a wholesaler, and now we're trying to come up with an integrated program, one to still be a wholesaler and service the independents who have our banners, and at the same time have a fleet of stores, company-owned stores as well, to, I suppose, get really good coverage across Australia. So no matter where the customers go, they've got the opportunity to see the home brand out there, hopefully delivering great service to our customers. What I see as the true benefit of my experience is that I want to bring a retail outlook to the home group, especially the wholesaling component. Because I truly believe that if I can get the buying team and the support team thinking like retailers, then we're going to make better decisions for the customer, the end-use customer. Whether that be a trade customer, whether that be a tradesperson, or whether that be a DIY customer, if I can get the team thinking about what the end customer wants, then we'll make better decisions. And that, I believe, is going to help not only our company-owned store business, but should certainly also help grow and develop the offers for our independent stores in our ranging, in our shelf layouts, in our pricing and our competitiveness. And on top of that, I've then got the home stores that we need to take the great things they do well, the way they service their customers, the knowledge they have, and take that learnings and put that in our company-owned stores, because that's going to be the true point of differentiation that's going to make us stand out from our competitors. But what I was really excited about was that the timing of my move into the General Manager's role actually coincided with our super regionals. And really the super regionals, it's a little bit like a road show. It's an opportunity for us to get out there to many of the states within Australia and put ourselves out in front of the independents, talk about what our business is doing, but I will always argue, hopefully do more listening to what their challenges and their concerns are. Clearly I'm a new person on the block, and I felt it was really important to be able for them to put a face to a name and try and get an understanding of what I stand for and hopefully how I can help them improve their business over a period of time. And as I said, at the same time, listen and hopefully learn how I can help them improve their business, and also how I can help improve our company-owned store business. So there was 10 super regionals. We went from Perth to Adelaide, as far north as Bundaberg, up to Bendigo, out to Toowoomba, out to Dubbo. And it really was great to sit down and talk to the independents, give them an understanding of my vision and the need that really we can only be successful if we work and grow together, and that clearly I need my business to be successful. I need their business to be successful for mine to be successful. And so I talked a lot about the things that we need to do and the areas that we need to work on. It's always interesting at super regionals because I was clearly on a fact-finding mission and I just wanted to listen to them. So I gave them the opportunity to talk about the areas that they felt we could improve in. We can always improve. Even after we've improved, we can always improve, because unless you have that thought process, I don't think you'll stop listening. And as things change, we need to understand how those changes are affecting our members. So it was great to listen. We talked about the positive things. We talked about our branding position. We talked about, the work that we've been doing with ranges, the work that we've been doing with the planograms to try and assist the stores in actually refining their range and then hopefully seeing the sales and profit opportunities that come from doing that. And that in itself is a change. But again, it's one of the advantages of having company-owned stores. is because I can implement the changes we're looking to make and we can measure them very quickly on their success rates. And really what it's about is trying to showcase to the independents the successes that we're having, and that, trying to influence them to say, well, come along for the ride, because we believe that we are now making good decisions, and if you follow those decisions and accept those, then there are real opportunities for you to get growth. We're trying to change the mentality of our team. It's not about pushing stock out of the DC. It's about creating ranges that the customers want to buy, so it will be pulled out from our independents rather than us pushing it out. And that the end responsibility lies all the way through to when the customer buys it, not when it's moved out of the DC. And so hopefully over a period of time, in fairness, I talked about the fact that, I can say this is what I want to do. I always want to be judged by my actions. And hopefully over a period of time, I can show them that the words that I've said can actually deliver results if they follow that. And that's the challenge for us. And why I've got a level of confidence in that is that I need my company stores to be successful. So we need to make good decisions for them. And I believe hopefully that the independents can benefit from the different decision making we're taking to make them successful, because we have to, like them, think like a retailer. For us to be successful, we have to change the way we're buying. And part of that big change in the way we're buying is to develop the relationships with our suppliers to help grow our business. The feedback from the independents was that clearly we have opportunities in buying. There are still challenges in what our purchase price is, and hence what their purchase price is. And really what we need to do is be working with our supplier base to say, well, how can we deliver better value to you so you can deliver better value to us, so we can give our members better prices, and we compete, so we can compete on an equal footing with the larger competitors that we have within the marketplace. And that's a challenge. It'll be an ongoing challenge, but I believe that we can offer our suppliers good programs, good promotional programs, and hopefully show them that they can increase their sales through the home group. And hopefully with that increase in sales, we can share the benefits of those increase in sales in better prices to us, but more profitability for them. So customer service is a wonderful thing I love talking about, because I really think it is the point of difference that we offer to our competitors. Recently I was very proud and very fortunate to be able to accept on behalf of the Home Timber and Hardware Group the Hardware Store of the Year trophy that we were given based on the Roy Morgan customer satisfaction indicators. It was the second year in a row that we'd won that award, voted by over 50,000 customers monthly. And that really confirmed, I think, the hard work and effort of the entire Home Timber and Hardware Group in delivering the customer service that we need. Yes, trade needs special service. They have special needs. The great thing about us, whether it be our company-owned stores or whether it be our independent stores, many of the people working in those stores have come up through the hardware industry. They may have been tradespeople themselves, and now they're working in the retail area of that trade. They understand what the customer wants, and they're able to deliver the service. There's no doubt DIY needs potentially different service, but it's that knowledge that the people we have in the stores who understand that business are able to impart on your DIY customer that I think is what still makes us stand out. Yes, they're a different customer, but generally when customers come in, they're looking for a product, they're looking for knowledge, they're looking for understanding, and it's the experience we have in trade that will make our service to the DIY customer stand out. And to me, that is the key to coming, shopping and being involved with home timber and hardware. Look, apart from the fact you have customers come in the door and hopefully you send them out the door, having had them spent some money and purchase some of your goods. Look, there will always be similarities in different areas of retail. However, there are also many unique components. And I would say there are probably more significant differences between groceries and hardware than what there is between groceries and maybe even general merchandise or Big W or those areas, because the customers are different, the customers are unique. Many times the customers know much more about the product they're actually purchasing, and therefore you need to have that service element to be able to deal with, cater and let them know that there's mutual understanding in what they're trying to deliver or purchase or buy. So, you know, apart from the fact that the customer comes in and buys something, I think it really comes down to the knowledge of the product needs to be so much better in the hardware industry than probably what it does to be in your grocery industry. Yes, there's some knowledge in fresh foods, but in general I think hardware is a far more knowledgeable area regarding the product they're actually selling. Yeah, look, it's an interesting question. It's a question that's asked a lot about how Woolworths as a business can have two home improvement divisions and how's that actually going to work in the marketplace. It definitely will work in the marketplace because we really do have two quite separate offers. There are benefits. The benefits really are that it enables and strengthens our buying power. It strengthens our buying power with the existing suppliers within the Australian market, and hopefully through greater volume should mean that we're able to get better prices that we can then pass on to our members and offer better prices for our customers to grow our sales. At the same time, with the relationship we also have with Lowe's of the US, it should give us access to suppliers that potentially can get us some exclusive products within the Australian market that our competitors also can't sell. Once you get away from the buying benefits, then in fairness we have two quite separate offers. Masters, big box, 14,000 square metres, really looking for a very broad home improvement DIY offer, offering your traditional DIY products, but as well as also broadening that into kitchens and white goods and even broader parts of the industry than potentially what the traditional competitors have had within the hardware industry. Whereas, although we have a DIY offer and it'll be a distinct DIY offer for our given area, we will be focusing on trade. Trade is going to be our key core component. It's about delivering to the tradespeople what they need and doing timber and building supplies better than anyone else in the market. Clearly, hopefully capturing those customers and capturing the DIY customers, the serious DIY customers who are looking to renovate their houses as well, and then showcasing the rest of the range so they can complete that within our shop rather than having to potentially go elsewhere. So, always important to have a point of differentiation. Finally, on Masters, truly when it comes to retail, they're our competitor. And we will be vying to have an offer that can compete with them at a retail level, just as I'm sure the team over at Masters is sitting there going, if we're in an area where there's a home store, they will be considering us as a competitor as well. So from that point of view, when it comes to physically selling the product, my aim is to grow home sales first and foremost. Home has had a real excellent growth rate. We've had additional members join us as independents, and we're certainly looking for more members to join us as independents. And at the same time, we've also had growth come through with our company-owned stores. We want to build home to be a force within the hardware industry. We want to be number one in the tradesman's eyes when they look to say, who am I going to shop with? We believe we've got the strategy to deliver that, and we believe we have a lot to offer in the changes we're making to our ranges, the additional support that our support teams can offer out there talking to the independents about their store layouts, about refurbishments, about how to maximise the opportunity from our promotional programs. We have a real dedicated team on the road every day helping our teams try and drive their business. And I believe, again, that's the real opportunity for those who are looking, those who may be considering, do they want to change? All I can ask is, give us a call. Let's talk about it. At the end, it's always their decision. And I recognise and respect that that will always be the independent's right. But I believe we are an alternative. And I welcome anyone who wants to come and talk to us, whether it be about joining us as part of the home team as either an independent or potentially as a company-owned store.